Hey guys, what's going on? Chris here with Shughead Gaming, and here is my review for Electronauts, developed by Survios and released on PlayStation VR this August 7th for an estimated price of $18, and of course that's depending on your region. I remember the first time I tried Guitar Hero. The charted highway and the plastic guitar, although silly in appearance, sparked a very strong creative desire to play and create music, even though I lacked the knowledge or experience or the patience to fully explore it with a real instrument. Rock Band would follow, and gathering friends together for jam sessions on my Xbox easily became one of my favorite video game experiences and memories to date. To me, that has always been the greatest gift video games can give, when they allow us to do something or go somewhere we may never have been able to otherwise. Combine that with our inert desire to communicate through music, and music creation games can be something very special when done right. Enter Survios, who previously helped define what quality VR gaming is with both raw data and sprint vector, may have another hit on their hands with Electronauts, a music creation tool or a game that allows you to take existing musical arrangements from over 40 songs from a multitude of top artists, then remix, arrange, create, and perform live DJ sets from your living room. Will this become my next musical video game addiction? Let's find out. As always guys, if you like this video, hit that like button, and if you want to see more PSVR content from me, you know the deal. Please consider subscribing, and for updates, hit that bell icon. In an effort to dive in and explain what exactly Electronauts is, let's mix our standard format up a bit and start this review off with a detailed look at gameplay and sound together. Electronauts' primary focus is to put you on a virtual reality stage and let you DJ live musical sets. It accomplishes this by giving you a simple set of modified DJ tools to allow you to take a single pre-existing arrangement of a song, strip it down, and then rebuild it the way you want to hear it, live and in real time. Like any good live freestyle type of music, it doesn't always work as you tweak, manipulate, and attempt to find your flow in the music, but when you do, and you find that musical groove, it's like nothing I've ever felt in a video game before, VR or otherwise. The interface is simple and made even easier by a quick tutorial in the main menu. At your musical workstation, you're given three, let's call them tables. These work tables will harness whatever cube you put on them. You have two basic set of cubes, white cubes and colored cubes. White cubes are all your arrangement tools. Here you will find your most commonly used tool that gives you your backing tracks and stems. Backing tracks are broken down into the sections of the songs like the groove, the bridge, or the much loved EDM trope, the drop. Stems, on the other hand, break down the various sections into the instruments at play and allow you to decide what plays when, or if even at all. The other white cube you will find yourself often using is the vocals cube. Just like the previous cube, this cube handles the vocals and breaks down the arrangement's vocals into separate verses and then into subsections within that verse. This allows you the freedom to choose what vocals come in and when, and in some songs, switching up from singing to rap parts and then back again with ease.
Remember when we couldn't afford a million before go to town now? How about it? They all doubt it. We hop out, valet, make our entrance. Walking every building like they owe us some tension in the air. Something I started noticing, started not to.
For the advanced user, there is another cube titled Arrangements. This allows you to construct and layer and save sections of the song and bring them in at will, but more on that later. The other white cubes will be used to a lesser extent and include an equalizer tool and a visualizer tool that you can use to play with the camera angles. Keep an eye out throughout the review and you will see me play with these from time to time. And now comes the fun part, the colored cubes. This is where the real creativity comes in and where these songs, although pre-existing, become your own. Depending on the given song you have chosen, you'll be given a collection of colored cubes. When placed on one of the three tables, you will be given a tool/instrument, including such things as colored drum orbs, an electronic harp, and sample tubes. All of these are at your disposal to create original music that fits with the given track. One of the brilliant aspects of Electronauts is that all these tools are designed to make it almost impossible to suck, as they are brilliantly designed to blend, flow, and stay in pitch of any song and at any moment. What I love about this game is it's easy to sound good, but it takes practice and a bit of musical skill to sound great. In addition to playing each music tool live, you can also trigger a record function and create a loop of a given rhythm or tune that you've created. These can then be muted and brought back in and layered in conjunction with other creation cubes to create a full tapestry of loop creations for which you can then continue to play over. These tools are simple at first glance, but given some experimentation, you will begin to realize just how much freedom these simple tools provide to letting loose your inner DJ. As I mentioned, there are 40 songs at launch and across a multitude of artists. All genres of electronic music are represented here, with genres such as house, R&B, drum and bass, synthwave, hip-hop, new disco, and everything in between. There is literally something for everyone and some really amazing music for you to discover. Each song can be played and mixed with individually, but unfortunately there's no ability to mix across songs and no ability to save or export your creations due to licensing issues. And while we're talking limitations, volumes within songs cannot be altered, as is similarly the case with tempo. Songs are played, mixed, and performed in real time and cannot be paused, as these are live songs and you are working within the limited confines of the original artist's vision. Another option that is also absent is the ability to record or sample any of your own vocals. This feature would have been creatively amazing, especially if you could alter the vocal sounds to fit within each song. It also would have been nice if transitioning into new songs didn't require a pause in gameplay to load, as it kind of ruined the flow of a live set. In that vein, I would have also liked the ability to create a set list, so I wasn't always searching through the song selection list trying to remember what I wanted to play. My final and most crucial complaint would be that of the arrangement feature during the game. This is an incredibly in-depth feature that is confusing to use and yet unfortunately is not even touched on in the tutorial section of the game. At the time of this review, I haven't figured it out properly, so I hope for a proper tutorial to be patched in at a later date, but all in all, these are minor complaints, as even with these requests on my wish list, the tools at hand and the experience of creating music in this VR space is almost indescribable and most accurately described as joyous. Oh, awesome. This game requires 2 move controllers, and while it can be played seated, you will most likely play this standing and probably dancing. Motion sickness should be at a minimum, as you can stop the moving stage platform if you wish, but a moderate amount of space is required as you will be drumming up a storm all over your play space. Tracking here is spot on, and really only became an issue during some crazy drum solos where the moves likely just looked like a blur to the camera, but honestly, this was never really an issue. Sound-wise, the game is flawless. Every song here has been broken down and produced flawlessly within its parts. The programming at play here that allows almost anything you do during a song to sound decent is remarkable. Basically, Electronauts takes all the hard parts of being a DJ away and leaves you with just the fun. Every sample, every section, and every instrument flawlessly syncs together, fades away or transitions together with ease and audio harmony. Creation tools in the form of drum orbs, the electronic harp, and the looper tool are brilliantly and creatively utilized and programmed, giving the player just enough freedom to be creative but not frustrated, and almost always sounding organic to the song and fitting in perfectly across the given track. All in all, Electronauts is brilliantly easy to pick up and play. Within 10 minutes, you'll be creating music, tapping your foot, and shaking your butt. Welcome to your next addiction. And that brings us to graphics. Survios knows how to make VR games look good, and as one of the few VR veterans in the industry, they have demonstrated that ability multiple times, and Electronauts is no exception. Coming off as a graphically more refined and detailed sprint vector, you are instantly thrusted into this sci-fi musical soundscape complete with full body and arms. Everything in front of you on your floating stage is super sharp, colorful, and a joy to be inside, while your body animates and flows very well as you move and dance around your mixing tables. To complete the package, the animated backgrounds you fly through also look really sharp, and while they aren't super interesting or detailed, they react appropriately to the beat of the song and really help to sell the whole experience. Regardless, this is a fantastic looking game, and I've got my selfie camera to prove it. And finally, that brings us to fun factor in my final review. Electronauts is accessible, creative, and designed to let you take existing songs and make them your own. No, this is not a game designed for original compositions. For that, we have TrackLab VR later this August for PSVR, and the infamous Dreams if it ever gets released. Electronauts is more of a better realized version of the late DJ Hero game, and is easily some of the most fun I've had since I got my PSVR almost 2 years ago.
Every day I breathe another goal to achieve. And to the most high, I feel good, baby. To my dank high, thank you, baby.
Even after hours on end playing with this game, I want to jump back in and play just another set. This is simple fun and an absolute zen-like rush when you just nail the perfect flow and everything just clicks. This is a creative gem for the individual gamer. This is a party game for a group, and this for many will be the surprise hit of the PSVR. As you may be aware, I rate games on a basis of buy, wait for a sale, and burn it to the ground. Simply, this is a must-buy for anyone with a PSVR. This is polished, accessible, and just pure fun. I realize this may not be for everyone or everyone's music taste, but at $20, this game is worth a try as it may just surprise you. Anyways guys, thanks for stopping by. If you like this video, hit that like button, and if you want to see more PSVR content from me, please consider subscribing, and for updates, hit that bell icon. I'll catch you guys on my next video.